We now move to the Middle East, where major strikes are continuing at this hour, and President Donald Trump this weekend vowing to hit Iran very hard. A new wave of fresh strikes have hit the Iranian capital of Tehran. Iranian state media confirming this with video showing flames coming from an oil storage facility there. Officials say this is the first time a civil industrial site has been hit since the strikes began last weekend. Meantime, Iran's president has apologized to neighboring nations over the attacks. The death toll now sits at more than 1,200 people in Iran, and nearly 300 have been killed in Lebanon. For a group of North Texans, a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Israel turned into something no one could have ever predicted. What began as a peaceful pilgrimage quickly became a race to survive, and then a race to get out. The Rockwall pastor who led that group now describing the frightening moments, the scramble for flights, and the long road back home, documenting their journey on social media along the way. Fox 4's Vanya Castillo joins us live with their story tonight. Hi, Vanya.
Hi, Casey. Yeah, for almost a week, a North Texas man has been trying to navigate getting back home through a war zone. He spent some time talking to me today while making his journey back home.
Touring has been suspended due to what's going on. Many of you have heard about the conflict between Israel and Iran.
It was supposed to be a pilgrimage to Israel.
So we take a group of folks to Israel. We love to do that. It's a time of worship. It's a spiritual time, but it's also a time of fellowship and fun.
Nick Collins with Team Collins Israel Journey, who organized the pilgrimage out of Rockwall, says the group arrived near the end of the month and had been monitoring warnings from the U.S. State Department. Days later, everything would change after the United States and Israel attacked Iran.
And on the 28th, that was our first video that were the day where the sirens kicked off. But I think that was the day that the sirens in Israel and everything kicked off, and there started to be some counter, missile defense systems going off.
We're not sure how long we're going to be in this safe shelter area below the hotel, but we will keep everyone updated.
Collins says the group had decided to continue their pilgrimage, but things started to escalate quickly.
That is a missile launch warning signal. We're going to go ahead and get into the safety here.
We have parents with children back in the States here, and folks were saying, we just need to get out.
Collins says once the group decided they needed to leave, the next challenge was figuring out how.
I had to become a travel agent overnight because our travel company back in America basically said, we can't do anything for your air flights and stuff. Here's the phone number. Good luck with that. And we kind of said, okay.
And they weren't the only ones facing that.
It's really been a race for time, Vanya, to try to find planes that aren't full, planes that aren't booked, seats that don't cost $7,000.
The group was eventually able to leave Israel and headed into Egypt, where they were able to get flights out.
And then from Egypt, we were able to stay at a hotel there. The Egyptian folks are very kind to us.
Despite the chaos, Collins and his group stepped foot in Texas on Saturday. And while they're thankful to be headed home, they're still thinking of everyone else who isn't able to leave.
We were also concerned about the loss of potentially innocent life. Even in Iran, things happen in war. We understand that. But we prayed that God would intervene and just make there as little loss of life as possible across the spectrum, across the Middle East.
Well, Collins was on the last bit of stretch of his journey and was delayed in Houston because of the weather, but is expected to be back here in DFW area tonight. Now, he did tell me that they are already planning their next pilgrimage for next year. Back to you, Casey.
No place like home. Vanya, thank you so much.